Sunday worshippers will be left weeping on the day of fire. A day is coming, a day unlike any other in human history. It's called the Day of the Lord, a day of fire, judgment, and separation. The Bible warns it will come suddenly, like a thief in the night, and it will test what every person has built their life upon: truth or tradition, obedience or rebellion. 2 Peter 3:10 says, "The day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. The elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also, and the works that are therein, shall be burned up." On that day, many who thought they were worshipping God will be left weeping. Why? Because they chose man's commandments over God's law. They followed a false day of worship, Sunday, instead of keeping the seventh-day Sabbath that God himself established. Let's go back to the beginning. In Genesis 2:2-3, after creating the heavens and the earth, God did something sacred. He rested on the seventh day, blessed it, and sanctified it. He didn't do that for Sunday, Monday, or Friday. Only the seventh day, Saturday, was declared holy. Then in Exodus 20:8-11, God wrote with his own finger, "Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy. The seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God." This is not a Jewish law. It's not a ceremonial command. It's one of the 10 commandments meant for all humanity, forever. So the question is simple. If God never changed the Sabbath, who did? In 321 AD, Roman Emperor Constantine, a former sun worshipper, issued a law declaring Sunday, the venerable day of the sun, as a day of rest. Not long after, the Catholic Church claimed full authority for changing the Sabbath. Sunday is our mark of authority. The Church is above the Bible, and this transference of Sabbath observance is proof of that fact. Catholic Record, September 1, 1923. This change did not come from God. It came from man. And today, billions have accepted this tradition without question, believing it to be holy. But Jesus warned in Mark 7:7, "In vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men." And Isaiah 66:15-16 speaks of the day of fire. "For behold, the Lord will come with fire, to render his anger with fury, and the slain of the Lord shall be many." But just 2 verses later, it says, "And it shall come to pass, from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith the Lord." God's Sabbath still matters. It always has. Now here is the challenge to every skeptic, non-believer, and sincere seeker of truth. Show one verse where God changed the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday. Show one command where Jesus told his followers to keep Sunday holy. Show one example where the apostles gathered every Sunday in obedience to a new command. You can't, because it's not there. Instead, the Bible points to a final conflict between those who keep God's commandments and those who follow the beast's system. Revelation 14:12. At the center of this conflict is worship. True worship on God's appointed day versus false worship on man's invention. The fire is coming. The warning has been sounded. When judgment falls, Sunday worshippers will be left weeping, realizing too late they trusted in tradition rather than truth. But it doesn't have to end that way. God is calling his people now. "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins." Revelation 18:4. The truth is clear. The evidence is overwhelming. Choose obedience. Choose God's day before the fire falls.